Close your eyes and imagine it's Tuesday night. You're exhausted after a long day, your kid is stressed or burnt out, and the week still stretches onward. What if tomorrow, Wednesday, school was closed? The issue I'm about to address here is the traditional 5-day work week in K 12 education and how that leads to the suffering of teachers, students, and parents alike. This issue affects nearly every household with school-aged children and influences the mental health, productivity, and the relationships of millions. And so, deriving from some national health statistics that I got from the National Alliance on Mental Illness, some educational research that I got from the U.S. Department of Education, and tried and true, already successful 4-day school work weeks models that I got from the Education Week and the RAND Corporation. My upcoming thesis is rooted in both reason and sentiment. Wednesdays should be removed from the school week to improve mental health, strengthen family life, and help teachers work more efficiently. And so the points I'll be covering here are the benefits of Wednesdays off for 3 groups: students, teachers, and parents. I will address the concerns and counterclaims concerning academic progression, child sitting, and funds. And I will reinstate and emphasize how my vision of a reimagined chopped week without Wednesday will lead to a more immersive learning and improved well-being for all. We will start by exploring how this one change could improve the livelihoods of everyone involved in K 12 education. As for students, 1 in 5 students experience anxiety, depression, or burnout, according to NAMI. And so having a continuous 5-day academically rigorous work week will lead to an absence of mind and fatigue in much of the student body. So having Wednesdays off will fix this by supporting brain recovery and behavior betterment, which will therefore present a solution to the aforementioned problem of student fatigue. As for parents, many of them have hybrid work, which means that they can make time for family bonding in the middle of a work week. And there are community programs that can be offered, and they are structured, and they're extracurricular, and they're during Wednesday. And so reduced weekday stress for the parents will lead to an improved domestic environment for the family and for the family to bond and eat together and all of that. And as for teachers, removing Wednesdays is a major factor here. And so, anyways, 44% of teachers report serious levels of stress according to the Education Week teacher burnout reports. And so I have 2 quotes from these reports over here, and I will quickly go over them. Delcia lists, "I'm big on avoiding taking work home. They stop paying me at 6 whether I'm working or not. I'm doing lesson plans on the clock only. This means having max productivity in class. I also ensure I decompress afterwards. Being a mom and a teacher means kids all day. If I have to hide on the toilet for 10 minutes, I'm taking my 10. And Amélie states that, "Set boundaries. I used to answer emails at all hours, and it drained me. Now I have set off times. The world doesn't end, and I show up more refreshed the next day. Rest and take holidays. Self-care is so important." These teachers here emphasize this self-care and mental health, and they maximize whatever time they get off possible. And I say, this doesn't need to happen. And by including Wednesdays in the work week, teachers don't need to sit in the bathroom and maximize their 10 minutes of relief from all the stresses of their lives. And so Wednesdays provide time for curriculum planning and grading, and more mental energy will be given for teachers and instructors given a Wednesday that is free. And therefore they'll be able to create more engaging and innovative lessons for the students, which sort of adds into this domino effect of benefits here. And so, to transition, some may wonder, won't this implementation disrupt academic progression or create scheduling problems for working families? The short answer is no, but let me talk. There is a risk of students falling behind, yes. However, studies of 4-day school weeks show equal or even better academic performance according to tried and true 4-day school work weeks. And this is according to the U.S. Department of Education. And this is because focused instruction can make up for Wednesday's lost hours. How about parents of no jobs? How about parents of in-person jobs? Schools, in this case, can partner with libraries, recreational centers, and online programs in order to sort of embody what is called Enrichment Wednesdays, where there is flexible yet supervised learning options for students and their parents if the students have nothing else to do and their parents are working on that day. And so not only are these concerns manageable, I refuted them all, but this shift could actually bolster our educational system even further. And so, what is the path forward here? Let me display to you a calendar that shows what life would be like if we had Wednesday off. So this is Wednesday right here. And we already have Sundays off. And we already have Saturdays off. Look at that big old chunk of straight up schooling with no breaks in between. This is the issue I want to fix. And this is how I'll do it. Just like that. Ignore that extra stuff. But on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, those will be 2 separate blocks of schooling. And this will provide so much more time for recharging and work, grading, family bonding time, recreational stuff, what I've mentioned earlier. And so a 4-day work week will curate rested and motivated learners for school, and it will provide educators the space and time required to create innovative and collaborative courses with, other educators. And so, as I mentioned earlier, Enrichment Wednesdays, they provide an emphasis on arts, wellness, and creativity for the student, and they provide community-based learning, which expands and broadens the student mind. And even further beyond, this change of removing Wednesdays will lead to a complete reconstruction of school culture, because there will be a dramatic shift from this sort of surviving school, passing your classes kind of mentality to a voluntary engagement. Hey, I want to learn, I want to stay in the class kind of engagement. And so this shift will most certainly encourage joy and curiosity in learning and real learning. And this authenticity is what I believe schools stand for, and it's what I believe would ultimately fix K-12 schooling and the stresses of everybody involved to a large extent, the greatest extent. And so, in conclusion and all of that, I would like to cover my main points. And so, a Wednesday break benefits students, parents, and teachers all in all. And the concerns about learning loss, childcare, and cost have all been addressed. And a new weekly structure of 4 days, chopped up in half, will promote a more humane yet even more efficient and more learning for the education system and its participants. And so, to reinstate what I stand for in this speech, I believe that Wednesdays off from school are not a loss, but will lead to a great stride in mental health, learning quality, and educational sustainability and authenticity. And Wednesdays are not just a day, they're an opportunity, a bridge to balance for well-being and a better way of learning for the student and for all. Let us dare to reimagine the week and take a big step that could change it all. Thank you for listening.